Cardio or weights? Today, I'm going to tackle the age-old question of which is better for fat loss, especially for the over 40 crowd. Hey, I'm Coach Joe from StayFitAnywhere, and today I'm going to answer that question, which is better for fat loss, cardio or weights? As you guys know, when we're getting a little bit older, things tend to move a little bit slower. You've heard it before, your metabolism starts to slow down, so we're not processing food for energy quite as quickly. And that's slightly correct. But if you're looking at activities, what is the best form of activity to lose that extra body fat? Well, obviously I would say both, right? Do cardio and do weight training. Combine them both into some sort of interval training. That's your best bet, along with looking at your eating habits. But if I had to choose one, right, and there's no other way, you had to either choose cardio or weights, I would choose weights. Weights would be the winner. Why? Why would weights be the winner? I'll do a simple breakdown. So cardio, simply put, is any activities to elevate the heart rate. And when you're thinking about cardio, most people probably think of running, biking, hop on the treadmill, doing an elliptical machine, hiking around. But it's also unconventional activities like chasing your kids around, mowing the lawn. Yeah, even mowing the lawn is considered cardio. So think outside the box when you're thinking about cardio. And with cardio, there's so many benefits to cardio. That's increasing your stroke volume, reducing high blood pressure, reducing high cholesterol, like lowering stress. These are all great benefits of cardio and cardiovascular health. And when it comes to fat burning, cardio actually does a better job at short-term fat burn than weights. Because with cardio, it actually uses more calories in a single session than weights for the same duration of that workout. So cardio would actually be better in terms, if you're just strictly looking at the one session, say for 30 minutes, you're doing 30 minutes of cardio or 30 minutes of weights. Usually, typically, cardio would do a better job at utilizing calories. It's not exactly as simple as that, because you do need to take a look at, what's the intensity level of your cardio or your weight training, all these external factors with it. But if you're just strictly looking at the base, like the most simplest form, just cardio and weights, usually cardio is the better way to go in terms of calorie consumption. But once cardio is done for that session, so is your calorie burn. So that's cardio. Now we take a look at weights and weight training. What is weight training? Simplest definition, strength training with an external load. So an external load could be dumbbells, kettlebells, Olympic bars, cable machines. Any type of weighted piece of equipment is an external load. That's your strength training, that's your weight training. Now, why is weight training the overall winner? Well, weight training, depending on your intensity level, can burn as many calories as a single cardio session. But unlike a cardio session, once you're done doing your running or your jogging or your biking, your calorie burn usually stops there. While weight training, after you're done your session or your workout, it actually will keep going. So you're actually burning more calories after your session. And this can be for a few hours up to a whole day. Research has shown like that it actually will work better in the long run. Weight training is the way to go. And I actually have a link to one of the studies of comparing cardio to weights. Another benefit of doing weight training is you actually get stronger. So when you're getting stronger, less aches and pains. But what it also does is you're creating some lean muscle mass. And so your resting metabolism is actually going to be burning more calories. So with more lean muscle mass and it's increasing your resting metabolism, that means when you're binging Netflix, you'll actually be burning more calories because you did weight training. So let's take this for example. Studies have shown that for every decade after 30, we lose about 5% of our lean muscle mass. Right? So now, if you're into our 40s, we've already lost about 5%, and now we're losing another 5%. So for example, you take an individual who weighs about 160 pounds and roughly about 25% body fat, that equates to 40 pounds of fat and 120 pounds of fat-free mass. So that's your lean muscle, bones, tissues, and everything else. So if you've lost 5%, that's about 6 pounds of fat-free mass, right? So that's 6 pounds of muscle mass that you've lost. So if 1 pound of muscle uses 50 calories, 6 pounds of muscle is using about 300 calories. So if you don't have that 6 pounds of muscle, then you're not burning that extra 300 calories while you're not doing anything. So you can see how that can potentially add up over years. So weight training will help reverse that, because if you're able to keep your lean muscle mass at a good ratio, then every pound of muscle that you're putting on is using 50 calories. So the more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to use at rest. So that's why weight training overall is the clear winner in terms of fat loss. And I know there's your cardio lovers out there and your weight training lovers out there, and you both think, your way is better and the other way is just not as good. And that's okay. I think both are terrific, but in the end, I just believe weight training is a better way to go. If you disagree, put it in the comments. I'd be glad to listen to your take on why cardio is better for fat loss. One thing I know for sure is when you're doing cardio activities, you gotta keep doing it. And as much as I love doing cardio activities like sports, running is not one of my things, but it could be your thing. But you still have to do it. You have to do it for that duration, forever. Weight training, you still gotta train, you still gotta do strength training, but it's a little bit more forgiving, because once you're able to pack on some more lean muscle, it's going to help maintain the body fat a little easier. But in the end, my recommendation is still to do both. I love doing interval training where you're doing power weight training along with cardio spurts. That's where you're going to get the best bang for fat loss. So if you're able to incorporate both into one workout, that's where you got to do it. And that's where you're going to accelerate your fat loss. That's where you're probably going to see the quicker fat loss results. So combine both. If you have any questions about weights or cardio, put them in the comments below. Be happy to hear from you. And if you're looking for a couple of different weight workouts for fat loss, there's one here and there's one here. And I'll see you in my next video.